Hey there, welcome back to Nana's Baba. Again, that's me. So, operations phase. Now you start taking a look at what you're going to be doing while you're in country. Well, duh, I'm adopting a baby. No, you kind of need to decide whether, or really you need to know how your agency sees your trip going. Some of the agencies out there just hand you an itinerary and it's pay a dollar amount and this is what you're doing. I, on the other hand, am tacking on a little bit of a sightseeing trip on the front end of it. So that's where this thing sort of focuses. Because to speak to it, I know that we go to Hazy, we fill out the paperwork to get out of the orphanage, then we get out of the orphanage, we go to GZ, we fill out the paperwork to come into the United States, we either fly out of GZ or we fly out of Hong Kong. Or we jump on a bullet train and go all the way out to Beijing and come back through Beijing. Don't know yet. Still haven't finalized those options. You might be going, but you've already talked about the planning phase. Well, planning is still TBD, to be determined, up until the final travel dates come in. But I'll tell you right now, I know the cost of flights out of Hong Kong, Shanghai, Beijing, GZ, and I know the advantages to each one, so that when I finally decide which way we're going out, I'll know it. But operationally, this is basically you and the child. This is when you're plugging in. This is probably the most important part. This is what it's all about. That's the part I'm looking forward to. The rest of the stuff I'm just doing because I'm in China, making the most of it. Since I'm there, might as well see it type of thing. And I don't plan on going back. So it's a whirlwind one-time shot, and through my studies and the stuff that has fascinated me with history, Forbidden City, Tiananmen Square, Great Wall, and the Terracotta Army, that's my big stuff. That's the stuff I want to see. But operationally also, this is when you start to take a look at, what you'll need during this time period to accomplish what we're going to be doing. What paperwork, how you're going to safeguard that paperwork, how you're going to keep it neat, nice, and orderly, if you're carrying any of it. So operations pretty much is dependent on what you're going to do. The most important thing is finding out if your agency, the government, will allow you to do what you're planning. You can have all these great plans that you want to do X, Y, and Z, and you might be with an agency that's like, nope, we set up your visa for date of entry through date of exit. We're on a program. We don't play nice with others. That'll be real interesting. One of the things I do plan to do once this is all said and done and get back from China, when I'm in China, I'll be doing video blogs, posting this stuff all the time. Really more so to impress my wife, to be quite honest. But I plan to be doing that stuff. And then afterwards, I'll do an after-action review on the equipment, what was used, what I didn't use, what worked great, what didn't work great. So hopefully you don't waste money. Hopefully I didn't, because I think I researched most of it pretty well. But like I said, operations is pretty much what you're going to do and what the agency's going to do. You might be going, well, this was really informative, but it just kind of depends. I've been talking with my agency, and I've been telling them from the beginning, I will plan on going and doing this and then plugging into you guys at Hazy. What date do I need to meet you in Hazy? That's sort of been my approach with our agency. And they're fine with that. Because I really don't want, I'm not, even when I do go to places, I'm not the type that wants to be on the little tour. There's times and places take the little tours. Like, I'm sure I'll take the little nickel tour of the Tiananmen Square, of the Forbidden City, and see the sights at the Great Wall. But I don't really want to do it that way. And that's why you need to have an idea of what you're planning on doing, and then operationally how it plugs in with your agency. I mean, I can go in and list out the steps for the agency we're using, what their sample itinerary is, how they're going to do it, and put you at ease. But once I get you at ease for that, your agency might be completely different. It might be all about a whole different program. So that's why I really didn't cover that much in operations. But like I was saying, the prep work you do up front When you do have a screaming kid and you are by yourself and your guide is off duty and gone or they're away, knowing what's around, knowing what amenities are there, knowing how you chose your hotel, that's where it comes back to planning and recon. The next one we'll be talking about is logistics, and that is important. It sort of feeds into recon, but logistics is very important. We'll talk about that again soon. So that was just a short video on operations, and like I said, not much I can go into. Have a good one. Bye-bye.